It is time to make some more games on Igniter SMP. I am so excited for today because we are going to be working on the Ignitoblocks tower. This is a tradition brought to us by the members of the Unorthoblocks server where they build a tower that everybody has to climb, and it's going to be filled with mazes and traps and parkour and all sorts of puzzles, and I got the opportunity to work on 2 layers of it, so let's take a look. I'm not sure if I was confused. I thought this was like supposed to be kind of like a little tricky to get all the way up. Wasn't it supposed to be like some sort of parkour, or is it just a tower that you can...
No, it's got difficulty levels, so it depends on how far up the tower you go. So levels 1 to 5 can only be straightforward walk up, so it could be ladders, elevators, stairs, etc.
Okay.
Levels 6 to 10, you can do those still, so if people just want to build a straightforward layer and that you can just go straight through, you can, but you can also add in mazes and puzzles.
Right.
And then from layers 11 above, it's basically open game. You can do death traps, parkour, the whole lot.
I started off my first build on the Igniter server with Rogue Torso. This was so much fun, and I had some crazy redstone ideas that took a while to work out, and Rogue was so awesome in building the rest of the whole thing here. He made it look good, he made it look fantastic, and he did a couple of puzzles himself as well. So Rogue just told me that he got to work on decorating the inside of the tower here, so I want to go ahead and check it out and just show you guys the levels that we built in here, so that we can, you know, experience it together and see exactly what we've done to this tower. Okay, so if we're coming up from the other level, then we come up right here, and here's our tower here. Okay, so I'm gonna take my elytra off because that's kind of important. I'm gonna take off my armor and stuff as well, and try to make our way through the tower here. The way that you're supposed to come up is we want you to come on this slime block, bounce up here, and then jump onto this guy and up to this one. So if I just get rid of a couple of these, maybe some of these vines, that would disable people from being able to do that, but let's go ahead and move on. So let me get up here. We've got this little room and a little slime, the honey sliding thing. Okay, it's pretty much impossible to not get burned by that, but it is what it is, I guess. So then we've got this little maze in here, and it looks like he's put a torch there to make sure we don't have anything spawn, maybe. But there doesn't appear to be a very good way out here. So maybe over, okay. Unless I'm supposed to crawl, there's no way out here. So I guess we'll explore a little bit more, see if there's another way out. Basically, we've got these buttons up here that hopefully people notice. If they click that button, then let's see. Okay, nothing happened. But if they come and click this button, that should open the door for them and they can get out. When they come out, it closes so that other people have to press the buttons as well. And I was thinking I might put like some lights up there to indicate when the button has been pushed and when it hasn't, because if you push one twice and then push the other one, your door's still not going to open. You have to only push each of them once. So when we get out here, we've got, okay, like dripstone caves. We got steps here. Okay, can we fit through there? Can't fit through there. Okay, we go down. Up again, seems like. Okay. Apparently you can get caught on that dripstone. Down. Walk over that little guy. Over here, there's a hole in our floor. So I guess people have got to avoid that. That's kind of interesting. Looks like we're starting to get some ice dappled in here as well, which is pretty cool. Because as we go up here, we come into like a little ice obstacle area. This looks fantastic. So if we come on and go like this, I guess we gotta slide underneath. And this is gonna be a little bit of a challenge because it's so small, and if you like come out from underneath it, then you're gonna end up not crawling anymore. And I think it's like if your head comes out from underneath it. So gotta watch it. And this one's gonna be actually pretty difficult if you end up having a lot of people in here trying to run it at once. They're gonna be pushing each other out. Not too terribly difficult on your own, but I am taking it a little bit slowly, and like the point is to go as fast as you can. So there we go. We come out here and voila, we are out and up. So there's a couple of things that I noticed. One is that you can use this slime block to end up getting up there, which I don't particularly like that fact. I would like to make it so that people can't go like that, because I think that's just too easy. So to fix that, I think if we just got rid of that guy, just tore this down a little bit. So now, if you really wanted to, you could probably jump like that, and I don't want you to be able to do that either, so we'll get rid of this moss block. Let's see about like dropping from this vine onto this guy and see if that... So you can do that there. I think to fix that, I could make these like not go down as low with some string. Okay, it doesn't appear like that's gonna let you up, so I think we're good there. Okay, so I got some string to keep that from growing, and then if we do it to this one as well, then we keep the aesthetic there. So I fixed this up so that the only way you're really gonna make it is if you jump from here and bounce up. It's possible maybe you can do it from some of these vines, but I think I made it impossible. So then I went over here and I made it possible, and so then I went over here and I made it so that there's some redstone lamps in here so that people know if their button is on or off. So basically, if we push this button over here, this lamp is gonna turn on. And if we push this button over here, then this lamp is going to turn on, and that means that the door is open so we can leave. However, if one of these is on and one of them is off, then the door is closed and nobody can get out. That will help make it a little less confusing to know what you're supposed to do in this maze. And since we now have those redstone lamps to tell us what buttons are doing what, I think it's actually okay if we throw a couple other decoy buttons in here as well. I don't want to put them on the ceiling though, because I could actually have redstone along there. So if I find any that Rogue put on the ceiling, I'm going to take them off just to make sure that nobody accidentally messes with the redstone. Also, as you can see here, Rogue was working on some chains. We were thinking having some chains holding this building up, going diagonally like he's got going here. So I'm going to also see if I can mess around with an idea there. I think that chain there looks pretty good, but let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer Rogue's chain that he's been working on over here, the thicker guy, or do you prefer like the thinner guy here? I think my problem with this is that it kind of blends into what we've got because this is so gray. It blends in a little too much for my liking, but let me know what you think.
I'm building a goose entirely out of things that I've won from various casinos and arcades.
It's looking great. Let me see. Let me get a view here. All right. I hate to tell you this, Jam, but it looks nothing like a goose.
That's because I've only built the bottom of it so far.
It looks like the bottom of a goose.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be alarmed if I saw a goose looking like this.
Stairwell that comes up if you want, just to really properly test it. But the stairs and the balcony are pretty much accessible without maze.
Right. Okay. I don't think I'm smart enough for this, Draken. I feel it's so stupid. I'm getting a little dizzy looking at the ceiling too.
Okay, well, just look a little bit lower than the ceiling, but not all the way to the floor.
Give me a little hint here.
I'm stood by the first step.
Where are you at?
I'm over here, behind the tree.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Fantastic. This should help me out a little bit here. You started saying it was a maze, and I'm like trying to follow the ceiling around. I think I just got myself tricked up by what kind of ingenious thing you might be doing here. Right?
There's a little water stream that's upside down.
Yeah, I saw it. It's cool.
Breaking Minecraft physics.
You silence them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yay, you did it.
There we go. Okay, yeah, so that's not... Oh, whoa. Fell off the top of the tower. So that's not... It's not actually that difficult. It's just I, like, got tripped up thinking that there was, like, some secret thing, and it wasn't just actually a maze.
Yeah, yeah. It just doesn't look like it from the floor when you first look at it.
You asked for these lions.
Oh yeah. I don't recall ever asking for lions.
Why does no one ever recall asking for the lions?
You can,
I don't
you
get
can take
this.
them back.
Oh. In all the people I've given lions to, not once have I seen someone return the lions.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll keep the lions.
Yes. You treasure
Thank
these
you.
lions.
Thank you
asked
so
for
much.
these. You're welcome. And enjoy the lions.
Will do.
You try to pretend lions, oh my goodness.
Well, he's a bit of an odd fella, isn't he? Everyone's links are in the description. When I found myself on the Unorthoblocks server, I quickly found myself somebody to work with on the very last piece of the tower. I worked with Chicken on this, and she did a fantastic job of making this look absolutely great. I worked on the majority of all of the puzzles in this one, had some cool redstone ideas with moving bookshelves to do parkour on, and it was just a ton of fun to build, and I'm really excited to see others' reactions to it. The Ignitoblock tower is complete, and I am so excited to run this. Unfortunately, I missed the steeple race with everybody, but hopefully we can get a couple of people together that also missed it and do it with some other people. Here is a quick show of the entire thing for you. It looks very odd and absolutely spectacular. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a tour of the layer that I worked on with Chicken. Chicken and I worked on this layer, which is about the final layer. I think that Draken actually added one above us other than the cap, so we'll have to see if that's true or not. But Chicken did a lot of the decorating, well, all of the decorating in here, and did an absolutely fantastic job. This looks so wild in here. It is absolutely crazy. I love these little, I don't even know what that is. What it is. It looks like a handle for pulling the bookshelves, but it looks fantastic. Over here, we've got some access doors. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the redstone on so that everything is working. So if we just flick that lever, our redstone will turn on and you'll be able to see what that's for. Looks like we have, yeah, that's cool. The door just flips open and shut, That's wild. Okay. And then I gotta flip this redstone on over in here as well. So let's go ahead, sneak in here and flick that, and there we go. Now that all of our redstone is on, we can actually complete this. So you come up from the last layer right here, and we've got some moving bookshelves. So we're gonna have to use those in order to get across. So let's go ahead and try it out here. Oop, too fast. Here we go, and we're up here. Now we gotta jump to this one and then over there. So like that. Oh, dang it. Now from here up to there. That is not an easy jump. There we go, finally. And all of those are on the same redstone clock, so they all come out at the exact same time and return at the exact same time. So then down here, we've got a little tripwire that if you're not careful, people might not notice. So you gotta drop right down here so that you don't catch the tripwire. Underneath there, it looks like there's some berry bushes, so I don't think that's the biggest deal. I do wonder, hopefully I don't die here. I'm gonna take my armor off just to see how much damage that does. I was gonna put lava under here, but Chicken wanted to just do the berry bushes, so let's see. It does, they don't even hurt. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I think they needed to be bone mealed, sadly. You're supposed to just jump over it. Since that's a block higher, you can just jump over it and miss it. Then we get in here, and in here, you might just be wondering, I have no clue what's going on. The way that this works is you gotta take a book and put it in slots 1 through 3 of both of these here. So there we go, that'll do that. There's a little hint over here that says, check the chiseled bookshelves. And I was gonna put a hint to like say you need to do 1 through 3, but I think it seems like people got it. So then you can jump up here and make this jump if you're really, really skilled. Now this pressure plate here is supposed to reset these, but because there's no books, I don't know if it really will. It might reset it just because of that one. Okay, yeah, there we go. So it does reset it there. Okay, so next here, you are supposed to be able to jump across here, but there's a bookshelf she put there that doesn't belong. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to check before the actual steeple race, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. So there we go. If you're really good, you can make that jump There we go, we made it. If you do make this jump, it's basically just like a fast track, because then you can jump over here and go faster. Whereas anybody that doesn't make that jump is gonna land down in here, and they'll find out that these pressure plates cause some issues and they can't actually get past here. So they're gonna have to come back to this corner and jump over, and that's the only way to make it, is if you come from back in that corner right there, because that back pressure plate doesn't actually turn these on. Unfortunately, I just broke it. But even after making it through here, you're still going to be slower than people that made that far jump, because you gotta come and do all of these jumps just to make it up here. I don't actually know if this jump is possible since we added these bookshelves in. Those might block you from making the jump, which is probably why she opened that up right there. Yeah, it seems like that jump's probably not possible, or it's just really hard, so she added this in. So basically we jump up here, and then this is the real challenging part that I have not even had the chance to do. I know all of the jumps are possible, but I've never done it while they are moving like this. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, here we go. This next one. So you do have to keep the momentum there. There we go, we did it. That was actually a lot easier than I anticipated it to be. But then there's ladders to get you climbing up. And then she did like a sprinting part here, and you get up to the next level. Like I said, I missed the original running of the tower, but the Ignitors are also going to be running it. So make sure to click on that video on screen if it's available right now, because we are running that soon. Otherwise, click on that lovely Igniter SMP Season 2 playlist, because I have done so much on this server and I can't wait to see you there.